Red Bull was once the unstoppable force of Formula One, crushing the competition with ruthless dominance. But in a shocking turn of events, their reign is now under siege. McLaren has stormed ahead, leaving Red Bull scrambling for answers. Has the balance of power in F1 truly shifted? Or is Red Bull secretly plotting a comeback that could change everything? The stakes have never been higher, and what happens next could define the future of this championship. Not long ago, Red Bull looked invincible. They merged cutting-edge aerodynamics with Max Verstappen's ruthless talent, winning race after race. By late 2024, most expected them to keep that momentum rolling into 2025. Then came pre-season testing in Bahrain, where McLaren turned skepticism into shock. Their quiet revolution surfaced as a game-changer, producing consistent speed through fast corners and straights alike. Telemetry showed McLaren not just matching Red Bull, but actually surpassing them in areas Red Bull used to dominate. What caused the shift? Paddock chatter points to fresh aerodynamic philosophies and strategic budget management. Either way, the message was clear. McLaren had emerged as the new front-runner. How did McLaren pull it off? One theory is that their front wing's flexibility hits a sweet spot others haven't matched. Another highlights underfloor innovations reminiscent of Red Bull's best work from past seasons. They also embraced the budget cap, leveraging specialized teams to stretch every development token. Driver input mattered, too. McLaren's lead driver, Lando Norris, allegedly spent countless hours fine-tuning corner entry stability and mid-corner grip. By winter testing's end, their machine required minimal adjustments to excel on various track types. For rivals, it felt like a sudden ambush. For McLaren, it was the result of calculated planning. The dynamic inside Red Bull's garage shifted overnight. Sergio Perez stepped away at the end of 2024, opening the door for newcomer Liam Lawson. While Lawson shows promise, he has huge shoes to fill, and at a time when Red Bull can't afford growing pains. Meanwhile, four-time champion Max Verstappen confronts a fresh challenge, piloting a car that isn't clearly the grid's best. To complicate matters further, budget caps loom large. Red Bull can't just spam updates like in previous years. Now every part must prove its worth during simulations and test runs before hitting the track. Ferrari and Mercedes lurk in the wings, ready to capitalize on any Red Bull stumble. The midfield is closing in, and 2025 might be the fiercest constructors' battle we've seen in a decade. Despite setbacks, Red Bull won't fold. They've drafted a multi-phase roadmap to refine the RB21 without gambling on a total overhaul. Their focus, the front wing, the underfloor and car balance, upgraded in carefully timed stages. Engineers see the front wing as key to boosting corner downforce while limiting drag on straights. Under flexible wing regulations, they must tread carefully, but small changes to flaps and mountings could unlock crucial tenths. The underfloor is equally vital. With ground effect rules shaping modern F1, refining the diffuser and controlling underbody airflow can reap huge gains. Red Bull plans subtle tweaks to channel airflow more efficiently, each tested under strict budget cap limits. They'll roll out these updates over the first 5 races, starting with a package at the Australian Grand Prix. Subsequent rounds, Imola, Monaco, Montreal and Silverstone, will bring further improvements. This approach lets them measure real-world progress and adjust swiftly, but one failed update could delay the whole schedule. Power unit integration is another priority. Though Honda's engine is strong, Red Bull seeks cleaner throttle response and better cooling, especially in hotter climates. Max Verstappen's feedback is vital, given his knowledge of last year's peak performance. Rookie Liam Lawson also provides fresh insights, but must adapt fast to keep Red Bull on track. It's a high-stakes dance. Done right, Red Bull could close the gap on McLaren before the points deficit grows. Done wrong, they risk wasting resources and undermining reliability. Standing still isn't an option against a rival this strong, so Red Bull is betting big on a carefully orchestrated revival. In Formula One, it's not just about starting on top, you've got to keep improving. Red Bull has a legacy of mid-season surges, but 2025 is different. With stricter budget rules and more formidable competitors, there's virtually no room for trial and error. Circuits vary wildly from the slow, twisty streets of Monaco to high-speed tracks like Monza. McLaren's early data suggests they'll be competitive across this spectrum, so Red Bull's updates must deliver in every condition. A single weak circuit could be enough to push them out of title contention, especially if McLaren and other contenders keep scoring big points. Max Verstappen remains Red Bull's linchpin. His intense driving style and knack for extracting performance in tricky conditions might keep the team afloat, but even he can't outperform the car's limitations indefinitely. He'll also have to ensure his aggressive approach doesn't mask underlying issues the engineers need to fix. Liam Lawson, meanwhile, has to prove he can consistently collect points and offer sharp technical observations. A lack of clarity in his feedback could slow development, and with so much riding on these updates, that's a risk Red Bull cannot afford. Beyond the Red Bull-McLaren duel, Formula One itself continues to evolve. Budget caps and standardized parts level the playing field, and 2026 regulations loom large, ready to shake up engine tech and chassis design. For Red Bull, showing they can rally now sets the tone for how they'll handle those looming rule changes. Slip up too badly, and they might surrender the high ground for years to come. McLaren, by contrast, appears determined to seize this moment and build on it. Their success so far suggests they're balancing technical innovation with disciplined spending, two factors that promise ongoing gains into the future. Could McLaren's hot start be just a flash? Or are we seeing the dawn of a new order in Formula One? Red Bull's multi-phase upgrade plan might still upset the script, but every Grand Prix that McLaren dominates shrinks Red Bull's recovery window. A flawed batch of updates could derail the entire campaign. On the other hand, if Red Bull's strategy hits the mark, 2025 may go down as one of the greatest comeback stories in modern F1. Ferrari and Mercedes remain formidable as well, ensuring no misstep goes unpunished. This championship could be decided by the slimmest margins, fueled by relentless development and driver heroics. As the 2025 season roars onward, one thing is certain. We're witnessing a dramatic shift in Formula One's power structure. Red Bull, once the indomitable force, now scrambles to reclaim its crown from a McLaren team that's found the perfect blend of innovation, strategy, and driver synergy. This contest isn't just about who wins the next race. It's about redefining the hierarchy for years to come. Red Bull's master plan hinges on incremental upgrades that could erase McLaren's advantage if they arrive in time and work flawlessly. Their legacy as four-time consecutive champions rests on a knife's edge. Will these developments spark another unforgettable comeback? Or are we witnessing the dawn of a new era where McLaren stands as the ultimate challenger? Keep your eyes on each practice, each qualification, and each Grand Prix. Every weekend has the potential to flip the script yet again. One subtle tweak in aerodynamics, one inspired lap from a hungry new driver, or one miscalculation on tyre strategy can tip the scales. In a season loaded with twists, the final outcome is as uncertain as ever.